Every snap is an interview.
After the Snap.
What a snap.
Hey, keep your mouth shut, 50!
I lead by example.
With Blake and Reed Ferguson, discussing life in, out, and after football.
To be able to leave walking away with a degree and a championship, it couldn't be any better.
Yeah!
Well, you can take this boy out the real South on but you can't take the real South out of my voice. And now here we go again, twist a little bit deeper because I got thick skin. You must be selling me some.
Blake, I for one, I'm so excited about Sunday. I'm excited to come and see you. I'm excited for some warm weather in Miami. But first off, we have
You will get plenty of that.
We'll get the warm weather. But first off, I need to address the fact that Aaron Judge is on the brink of history. Okay. I've got the game on. I'm in my office. I've got the game on the television in the den. Right before I came in here, I watched him bat in the third inning, I think it was. He struck out, but he is sitting at 60 homers. 61 is the American League record. Roger Maris, my all-time favorite player. I have the game on my phone. I'm keeping up with it on my phone. So if he comes up to bat,
TV and on the phone.
well, the TV is in the living room. I cannot see it. So I'm
what's the
following
point?
it on my phone because I was watching it before we got on before we started recording. I'm not really sure. So Aaron Judge, for all those who aren't familiar, Aaron Judge has been on pace basically all season to break the American League home run record of 61 home runs. He's at 60. He hit 60 yesterday in the bottom of the ninth, and the Yankees, Giancarlo Stanton actually hit a walk-off grand slam after Judge's home run. So like he hit number 60, and it wasn't even like the most famous home run of the inning, which is just bananas.
Yeah,
but
wild.
And we'll hit on the Judge 60th home run ball later in the episode because I have an opinion I think we will share, but I'm interested. It kind of ties into last week's episode with the couple that caught Pujols ball. I see. Hi, Jazzy. Special guest appearance. But I have an opinion on the ball and the kids that traded it in, and kind of what that looks like. So we'll hit that later in the pod. But first off, we got to recap week 2. 2 big wins. Big wins for the boys. Big wins for the boys. Unfortunately, only one team will come out on top this weekend. But let's get on the board. Miami over the Ravens, the Baltimore Ravens in B-more, 42-38. You guys come back from 3 touchdowns to the start of the fourth quarter. Spread the vibes. What were the vibes? I need the breakdown.
There were so many vibes, dude.
So many vibes,
Dude. It was.
I could tell on TV. I was watching it on TV. So many vibes.
Immaculate
vibes.
There's no other way to explain it or talk about it besides the fact that it was just an incredible display of a team win, I guess is the way to describe that.
What was the score at halftime? Do you recall? Was it 14? Like, what was the difference at halftime?
I think we were
10
down
to 14, maybe
2 touchdowns.
Okay.
And
so at the end of the
truthfully,
third,
I don't even remember. I don't even remember because
you don't need
to me, it didn't feel like that. I'm trying to find it, but this app is not working. To me, it never felt like that we were like out of the game.
I agree. I was watching on TV. I felt the same thing.
Let's see. So we were down 3 touchdowns at halftime. It was 28-7.
Got it. Okay.
But the way the offense was playing, it never felt like that we didn't have a chance to win, despite the fact that we were down 3 touchdowns twice. Like It was 28-7. We scored to make it 28-14, and then they scored again.
Touchdown.
I don't remember. There were 6 of them that Tua threw. In case you weren't counting. Dude, his gritty. Let's talk about his gritty for a moment, because I heard him on the sideline talking about it afterward, and he was like, "Dude, I did it too fast." He was like, "I did the gritty too fast." He was talking to maybe one of the other tight ends, and I didn't know what he was talking about, because when he scored the touchdown, like, I'm running out onto the field looking for
you have no idea. You're
looking
not
for the
watching
extra
him.
point spot. Yeah.
Right.
There are so many other things in my brain at that point in time. I'm not even watching the celebration unless it's in my direct line of vision. Right. Like the Waddle one at the end I was coming off the sideline. It was directly in front of me, and I saw that. But Gesicki, he was like, "Dude, I did it too fast." And so then after the game, I see the video of him just like dad grittying across the field.
So it's hard to watch.
It was.
I don't think that I have done it for fun.
Yeah.
At practice. And I think that I'm the worst. His might be worse than mine. Seriously. I'm like, I know I am self-aware enough to realize that I can't gritty.
Yeah. Yeah. You know, it's funny because
it was bad. He was sprint
grittying, and he was like crouching too.
He was like sitting on the toilet.
Remember the cat daddy, like the wheelchair dance where you like bend your knees and squat down? That was like what he was doing, but grittying. Amazing.
Hard to watch.
I had a friend send that clip to me today, and he was asking where the dance came from. What he didn't realize was that I was on the team that started that whole thing.
Yep.
Like, Justin Jefferson and Jamar Chase originated the gritty in football. They're one of their buddies from New Orleans, like, created that dance on social media, and then they brought it to football as a touchdown dance in the 2019 season, and then it's just exploded from there. Justin Jefferson is on Fortnite doing the gritty. Like,
I think they added it to FIFA.
It's insane. And so
it's a celebration of FIFA.
Yeah. So, but I'm glad you brought that up, because it was hilarious when Coach McDaniel showed that him grittying over and over and over in the team meeting on Monday. Had to show that. But overall, just, I mean, such a cool way to start the season. Obviously played week 1, but just a good momentum builder for us going into week 3. I think the last thing that I would say about just this past week was Tyreek sort of showed how special he truly can be. He, I think, like, had cramps during the third quarter, like didn't play during the third quarter, like they were trying to get fluids in him or something. And so he, like, comes back in the fourth quarter and just dominates. Two long touchdowns. I mean, when he is at his top, nobody can guard him. And it was really special to watch him, as well as Jalen Waddle, just going back and forth for pretty much the entirety of this game. And as a result, Tua got slimed today. He was not only the AFC Offensive Player of the Week, but he also was like the Nickelodeon Offensive Player of the Week or something.
The MVP.
And so whatever the award is. And so
I think
Christian
Mitch
Wilkins,
Trubisky was the MVP one time. So people, like, when he was on our team last year, that was like his nickname, was like the MVP.
Gotcha. So Christian slimed him after practice today.
Oh, that's pretty cool.
Christian, like, presented him the award, and then he and like 5 other guys had the slime containers and just drenched Tua. So
did you what's it? Is it like water?
It's like goo. It's like green goo.
But like, so you
I
did
don't
it
know.
outside, obviously.
No, it was in the indoor facility.
Like on
I
the
was
turf?
talking to the guys as we were walking off the field. I
No way.
said the field guys are going to be so mad.
Well, that was
So
my
mad.
question. If it was out on
Yeah.
the grass, like, is that dissolve? Does
Yeah,
it kill the grass?
I'm sure
Like,
there's a way to. I'm sure there's
if
a
it
way
kills
to,
the grass,
to
it
clean
can't be good
up.
for your skin.
But yeah, there's no way it like is. I'm sure it's just water, some sort of water.
Got to be some kind of water-based something.
Goo. Yes, very gooey. But Tua, as well as like a quarter of the team, got drenched because it just became a goo party, a slime throwing session.
What's up, Slime?
It was pretty funny. Slime.
Did you touch the goo?
Tua was charged with breaking down the team after practice, and I like touched his arm instead of doing like the whole thing like in the middle of the. I like touched his arm and just like felt it on my finger. That was like all that I wanted. That was the
Same.
That was it, and it was just. I mean, it was. I don't know. It was gooey. It was slimy.
Weird. Awesome. So we
played the next night.
Yes, we played the next night. We beat the Titans 41-7. It's been a few years since we played them in Buffalo. I think we played them in 18. Let's see. We played them in 2018 was the last time we played them in Buffalo, and we won on a game-winning field goal. That was the only one that I've had in my career, not in the preseason. The only one that counts. 19, we beat them there. 20 and 21, they beat us in Tennessee. All three
2020
years that was in Tennessee.
2020
it was
Tuesday
delayed.
night, right?
Yes, it was delayed because the whole team got sick or something. Like they had a big outbreak.
Yeah.
So
and
they had to reschedule their game with Baltimore, I think is who it was.
Oh, wow.
They had the same bye week as Baltimore later in the season. So they rescheduled that game. And we played them on that Tuesday night, and they beat us, and then beat us last year on the Josh Allen dive play that should have been a first down anyway. But we won't get into that. So we beat the Titans 41-7.
I'd say you guys made up for it.
The vibes were, as you said, immaculate. Home opener. You guys had yours last week. The Monday night was ours. There was an incredible amount of people just all over Orchard Park all day long. We have to go to the facility for walkthrough like midday. I went back home, came back for the game, just going and driving around town. It was bananas. I mean, there was a guy, I was driving into the stadium the first time, and it rained a bunch early in the day. So I think there would have been more people if it didn't rain. It rained pretty hard, but it was perfect for game time. When I was driving the first time to walk through, I was passing some tailgaters, and there was a guy with a tent set up on the side of the road, and he had a barber's chair. And are you familiar with the Von Miller haircut?
The triangle, yes.
The triangle on the back of his head.
How can you not be?
The sign said free. The sign said he was giving out free Von Miller haircuts to Bills fans. If that's not like a perfect definition of Bills Mafia on a game day, I don't really know what is. So it was just hilarious. I mean, there were so many people. The dedication is unmatched. Okay, so I saw this tidbit. It's in the notes. I saw this on Twitter. I don't know how true it is, but there were some people that were like agreeing in the replies. So I was like, it must be true. The last quarterback to lose a game in Orchard Park on Monday Night Football was John Elway. I would love for somebody to
It's a shame we don't have.
look that up.
It's a shame we don't have.
We've
producer
only had
Chris on the
a
pod.
few. Yeah, Chris could for sure let us know. The only two that I can remember playing in Orchard Park were, and I'm sure there's been another one, but the Monday night game last year against the Patriots, it was super windy. They only threw the ball 3 times or whatever.
Yeah.
And then we played the Patriots on Monday night, I think in 2018, and Derek Anderson was our quarterback because our starter, Josh, and our backup, I think it was Barkley, were both hurt. So Derek Anderson started against Tom Brady. That was fun. We kept it close for a bit. But besides that, I can't remember. So anyway, that was our first home Monday night win since John Elway was playing football. Seems impressive. But beside the fact, the crowd was incredible. There wasn't a single empty seat in the whole place expected, but nobody, like, it was 41-7 in the third, at the end of the third quarter. Nobody left. There wasn't a soul that left that building until they benched Derrick Henry and Tannehill, and we took Josh out, and people started leaving, which was fine because that prevented some traffic afterwards. But there's very few times where you look up during the national anthem and you don't see an empty seat.
Yeah, that's
because the stadium could be sold out, like whatever. But like up in the top corners, like every stadium has a couple that are like, it's not exactly full.
Yeah.
There, I couldn't spot an empty seat. And it was like that for the playoff game against the Patriots, because that was our first one at home with a full stadium in a long time. But yeah, so cool. Josh Allen, Stephon Diggs, just on a different level. Incredibly fun to watch. I mean, we had a pick six. Where you watched the game, I'm assuming.
Yeah, I turned it off shortly
6
after they benched Tannehill.
Okay, Matt Milano. That was when they benched Tannehill. Was after the Matt Milano pick six.
I saw that.
Me, Sam, and T-Bass were just chilling on the bench, like chatting it up,
dude.
Watching
pick sixes
watching
are
they. You have no idea when they're coming.
Holy crap! Where's my helmet?
Exactly. Well, that's why I wrote. That's why I wanted to talk about it, because we were on like I think the Titans were like on the -30 or something. It was like a 40-yard pick six return for a touchdown. And we were on the opposite 30, 40 watching the game, like on the defensive benches where they're not, they're on the field. Yeah. And we get up and we just run to get our helmets. Like
you didn't bring your helmet with you, dude?
No, it's at the kicking net.
Oh my gosh,
I don't sit with my helmet. No, I don't sit with my helmet.
When we are on defense, and I am at the other end of the field from where our kicking net is.
We were on that
always.
End. We were on the same end as the kicking net.
So you were what, 15 yards from your helmet?
Yeah.
Okay, you weren't like 60 yards. Like
no.
Way at the other end of the side.
No.
Okay.
We were like the Titans were here, and they threw the pick six this way, ran it in. We were like here watching, had to run to the kicking net and then go on the field. But when we went over the kicking net, nobody knew whose helmet was who. I was like, "Give me my helmet." And it was hilarious, and we just sprinted out, and thankfully,
I always have my helmet by me when
I don't like carrying it around until it gets cold.
Well, if I'm sitting on the bench, it'll sit right next to me.
Yeah, but I don't always sit on the bench. So
see, if I walk away from the kicking net, I'm sitting on the bench.
Oh, so
I'm not like I don't stand
stand on, and I guess it's because I like being in Miami, you get worn out so much faster.
Yeah.
That I've learned that the more time I can be off my feet during the course of a game, the better. Otherwise, I'll get to the fourth quarter and I'll just be gassed. I have learned that if I'm not at the kicking net, I'm sitting on the bench. Either the bench is right next to our kicking net, or at the other end, I'm taking my helmet either way, and it's sitting right next to me.
Yeah.
But I have felt that feeling before. The holy crap, where's my helmet? Because we had two, and it's not necessarily the same thing, but we had two long touchdowns off of third downs in the Baltimore game. And so we were like punt alert. I was like in the mindset of, okay, all right, it's like 3rd and 10 or 3rd and 7. Like, all right, we're about to go out here and punt. Touchdown again. Like, you go from punt mode to field goal mode, and it's a tough thing. Like, people don't realize that it's not the same snap. Number one, it is a completely different distance, but it's you have to be so much more accurate, and you're thinking about so many other things when you're snapping a field goal snap versus a punt snap, that when those field goal or extra point snaps sneak up on you, you have to really, really focus in when you get to those moments, like on a pick six.
Yeah.
It gets crazy.
It's more challenging than the average fan would realize.
Yeah. Tell us about Dane Jackson. Is he doing okay?
Dane is okay.
Good.
I think he tweeted something. That he was all right. Let everybody know.
Good.
The team put something out that he was.
Yeah,
doing
I saw what the team what the team had put out.
Yeah,
but
it was not going to get into it. Not going to post the video. It was pretty gnarly. It was hard to watch for sure. But yeah, super happy that he is okay. And a lot of prayers for him. Hope I don't know his kind of like return to play schedule. But he was up and at him today. So
good. Love to hear that.
Sorry. I was trying to pull up the results of our poll. The after the snap clutch snap of the week. We have a week 2 winner. The winner of the week 2 after the snap clutch snap of the week between Jake McQuaid of the Dallas Cowboys game-winning field goal against the Cincinnati Bengals. They won 20-17. And Casey Creeder of the New York Giants against the Carolina Panthers. They won 19-16. Two very similar scores. I wonder who won. The leading vote getter for this week's After the Snap Clutch Snap of the Week is Jake McQuaid of the Dallas Cowboys. Congratulations to Jake. Snaps for Jake. We are so happy. Jake has been doing it for a long time.
Yes. Congrats.
And congrats to him. He snapped in LA for, I want to say, like 10 years. And now he's been in Dallas for a few years. Once Bones, their special teams coordinator, moved over to Dallas to coach with Mike McCarthy. So congratulations to Jake McQuaid. And we will be posting the video of your snap and tagging you on social. So after the snap clutch snap of the week, congratulations to Jake McQuaid. Getting into, I want to hit one more thing. The most important, I think, part of the podcast this week, and it's our last kind of NFL bit if you will. It is Ferguson Bowl week, the 5th edition.
Let's go Ferguson Bowl week.
Ferguson Bowl week. And just oh my goodness, I missed the at bat. Judge just hit a ground rule double. So it sounds like he was pretty close to hitting 61. So we'll just have to wait a little bit longer.
The short
Back
porch
to
was
it,
just a
the
little bit
Ferguson
shorter.
Little too long. Back to Ferguson Bowl. This is the 5th meeting of the brothers Ferguson. This sounds bad. I was going to say I have way too many people. I have a lot of people that ask what mom and dad wear when
Dude,
they go to the
I had
Ferguson
like 5 people ask me today.
Yes, me too.
Like teammates, people around the
Players
building.
and staff.
Yeah.
Yes.
What
does your mom wear?
Do they cheer for the home team?
Yeah. I have people ask, like, where do they sit? And I'm like, in the family section. I don't know. Mom. So for those out there wondering, mom.
They sit splitting the 50-yard line.
Yes.
So that they sit splitting the uprights so that they neither face one side line over the other. They're directly in the middle.
So they can see both faces.
They don't lean one way or the other.
That's right. The mom has the split jersey.
Yes.
Obviously. And for those asking, who does she root for more? The Bills half is over her heart.
Okay.
So just for those people that are wondering.
Stop it.
For those people wondering. They're wondering.
Where did you come up with that?
The people are wondering. And dad is not a big jersey guy.
Not a jersey guy.
Dad goes split outfit. He usually goes hat, one team hat, one team shirt.
Yep.
That's kind of his go-to. And
I have a feeling it'll be Dolphins shirt, Bills hat.
I think he goes home team shirt.
Yeah.
I think. Can confirm Sunday.
Yep.
Can confirm. Once again, the vibes for the Doll fans.
All-time high.
The only fans. The Doll fans. That's a hint on our a little throwback to an earlier episode of the podcast from a few weeks ago. The vibes will be an all-time high for Dolphins fans when, and this is not at all dig to you guys at all. When was the last time that there was this much hype around the team? Honestly,
no idea.
I mean, it had to have been before, probably before you got there. This is not at all.
Yeah. Yes.
Definitely
like, before I got
genuinely asking because I think it was probably like 2017 when we went down there and had to clinch a playoff spot, and it was like we were battling. But like the
but even then,
Dolphins fans.
But even then, there wasn't a feeling of, oh, this team is, battling to be one of the top teams in the NFL this year. Like it wasn't,
right.
You haven't had that since Marino was rolling around, and I mean, just chasing after.
Yeah, I mean, you would know better than me. Yeah, right. You would know better than me.
Man.
But I mean, they've got their guy at QB. He's balling. 6 touchdowns.
6 touchdowns.
6 tutties.
469 yards and 6 tuds for our offensive player of the week. Just saying.
And one more thing that I wanted to hit on. So we have played each other 4 times.
Yes.
And we have traded jerseys twice. I have a green and a white.
It's aqua.
Sorry.
Come on.
Aqua, not on purpose.
Disrespectful.
We have worn, I think we have worn our throwbacks. I want a Blake Ferguson vintage, whatever y'all call them. What do you call? Is there do they have a nickname? Throwback.
Yeah.
I want a throwback Blake jersey so bad. Because I like them. I like the way they look. I love our throwback jerseys are my favorite. The white with the standing buffalo, fantastic. The logo is so cool. We have worn those in Miami. I think we wore them against you guys last year at home too, when we swapped jerseys. I think.
Yep.
You have the jersey, so you would know. I assuming you guys are not wearing throwbacks this week.
I don't think so.
Oh, you don't know.
I mean
well, I know you're not
helmets-
because we're wearing blue, so you're not wearing
Well, we have both.
aqua.
We have both. We have both throwbacks. We have a throwback white and a throwback
Oh, really?
aqua that we've
What?
worn. Yeah.
Oh, interesting. Okay, I didn't know that. What
we
color
wore
pants do you wear with the? Do you wear white pants with both?
We wore throwback
Because it's a different.
we wore throwback white last year against the
Colts.
Okay. Oh, yep. Okay. It's a different color though, isn't it? It's a different. Okay.
It's like a
Oh, that's a cool
darker.
picture.
It's like a darker aqua.
It's like a darker aqua, but like more of a greenish to it.
And
tint.
then I think we wore the throwback aqua against the Patriots, the last game of last season.
Okay. Yep.
Which is that one? Is
Got
that
it.
That's probably the one you were talking
That's
about.
the one I'm talking about. I forgot y'all had the white because
Yeah.
it looks similar to the other one. The green, the home throwback
I have to
is
imagine
more noticeable than.
I have to imagine that early in the year, they're going to want us in our white uniforms at home as much as possible.
We always wear blue down there. Early in the season for that exact reason. So I was expecting until we play you guys in Miami in December,
Late. Yeah.
which hadn't happened, I think, since 17. We haven't
Probably
played a
since
late
that
game down
playoff-
there in a
since that
while.
Playoff game. Not the playoff
It always
game in
seems to
Miami,
be,
but you know what I mean.
it always seems to be Miami early, Buffalo later. When is the second game?
It's like week 15, I think.
Like around Christmas?
I think we have
I think our week 15 is Christmas. We play Chicago.
I think
Christmas Eve.
I think we do 3 games in a row on the road. I think we do.
No way.
I think we do. Yeah.
Oof.
We do at San Fran December 4th, staying in California at LA, and then
okay.
And then at Buffalo December 18th.
Chargers or Rams? Chargers.
Chargers. Yeah.
Okay. And then
at Buffalo the
December.
week before Christmas.
Okay.
And then
because you guys are home on Christmas.
Home on Christmas Day
Packers.
against the Packers. Yep.
Got it. Okay, that's the game I remember.
And then at New England on New Year's Day.
Cool.
That'll be very cold.
Yeah.
And then
this is the first year in a long time that we haven't played them in New England the day after Christmas or the Christmas Eve or something. We always play them that Christmas weekend.
I had been to a couple of those matchups
for sure.
And then home versus the Jets to finish off the regular season.
Got it.
So
awesome. Vibes will be high
for this week. I hope you were
all-time vibes.
Litty. I hope you were lit-ty for it because this side of the Zoom call is.
Love it. Few more things. I want to hit on LSU.
Finding a groove. Maybe
they are finding a groove. And I've been extremely impressed with our boy Jaden Daniels leading the pack. I've seen a bunch of stats floating around him. He is like up there in terms of QBR quarterback rating across the nation. So he's
nice.
he's doing a great job. He's leading from the front he is proving to be extremely mobile, which is great.
Dude can tote the rock.
Tote the pill.
He needs to
great for
be
the
careful
offense.
though, toting that rock, because he's taking some hits.
Yes,
He's not.
is.
He,
Yep.
like Joe Burrow, does not want to slide,
Yeah.
and got to be careful.
Got to be careful. This week would be a great time to learn. They have home game against New Mexico. LSU's favored by 30 plus.
I've been talking smack for so long since they announced that game to Jason Sanders. He is a noted.
Forgot him and
New Mexico.
went to, that's right. They
New
were there
Mexico
together.
Lobo. Yes.
Yep. So it'll be a good one. That should be easy. Take care of business
I think
and move
LSU's
on to
favored
Auburn.
by 41, maybe
31.
31. Okay.
31 and a half.
Do they cover?
I'm going to say yes,
Okay.
because I think they're going to want to be rolling pretty good going into Auburn next week, which is always a tough place to play for the Tigers, the LSU Tigers. And Auburn is not doing too well this season. I know they lost to, I can't remember who the first game was they lost to, but they lost to Penn State last week. And I think they're kind of all over the place at the moment. So what would normally be a pretty huge rivalry game, depending on what Auburn does this week, and hopefully if LSU gets the win, LSU might be favored. So we'll keep our fingers crossed there. But going back to the game against Mississippi State, LSU was losing by 6 in the third quarter, and LSU punts it away. Mississippi State fumbles the punt, and Slade Roy, hopefully friend of the pod soon, the long snapper Slade Roy, transfer from I believe Eastern Carolina. He is balling out this year. Had a huge tackle in the Florida State game, popping some pads. He recovered the fumble, and I believe it was the turning point, the absolute turning point for the Tigers to continue on and win the game against the Mississippi State Bulldogs, the Mike Leach Bulldogs. So we go on, we score that drive, we get the ball back, score again, get the ball back, rip off a long run for a touchdown. And that was that. It was like 31-16 in the blink of an eye. So that was fantastic.
Is Slade Roy?
Big ups to Slade. That's
Slade
an awesome
Roy,
name, by the way.
That was where I was going with that. Is he on the all name team?
For long snappers, has to be.
I don't know that
he's the snapper on the all name roster.
I don't know that he's breaking some of these. So here is the all name team.
Is this for college?
For college football.
When did this come out?
This is as of August 11th of this year.
This season. Okay, that's good.
Quarterback General Booty from Oklahoma.
That's a layup.
Auburn's running back Tank Bigsby.
Okay, that's a gimme.
Wazoo running back Juvinsky Schlenbacher. Wide receiver from ULM.
What's his nickname?
Juvie. Has to be Juvie. Juvinsky. Okay. Yeah, gotta be Juvie.
I didn't know if it was J-A, like Javinsky,
no, it's D-J-O-U-V-E-N-S-K-Y. Djuvinsky.
Okay.
So it's got to be just Juvie.
Juvie.
Wide receiver from ULM, Boogie Knight.
Wow.
Buffalo.
Awfully close to Suge Knight.
Buffalo wide receiver, Booby Curry. And noted wide receiver from Nebraska, DeColdest Crawford.
Ah, yes. Cannot forget DeColdest.
Couple
greatest NIL deal of all time.
Yes. Couple other noted ones. There is a linebacker at South Carolina, named Hot Rod Fitton.
There's no way that's his real name.
There's an Ole Miss defensive lineman named Demon Clowney. Alabama
Interesting.
defensive back Kool-Aid McKinstry.
No way.
Kool-Aid.
This is not a real person.
It is. Look him up.
Kool-Aid?
And okay, I'm gonna name this player, and you have to tell me where he goes to school.
Okay.
He's a linebacker.
Okay.
I'm gonna look up a picture of this guy because it has to be. He's got to have a mullet. Has to. No, that's not as fun.
He just has like a normal guy haircut. His name is
normal guy haircut.
His name is Buck Coors. Spelled like the beer.
He plays football at App State.
No, but you're on the right track. You have a teammate that went to school where he went to school,
Okay.
which doesn't really narrow it down.
I mean, I've got
This is
50
what Buck Coors looks like, and I zoomed in on his face so that you couldn't see.
Okay. What position?
He's a linebacker.
No, what
Buck
position does my
Coors.
teammate play?
Oh, that would give it away.
Georgia Southern?
No.
That would give it away?
Yeah.
Wyoming?
Yes. Yes.
That's incredible. Oh my gosh. Buck Coors.
Buck Coors.
Oh, he's swagged.
G fitted
He's
up.
swagged out. That's like white boy
Does-
swag to the moon
Does
with the dark
Slade
visor.
does Slade Roy make the all name team?
Yes.
He
For
has to.
snappers.
Kicker
Yes, he is
kicker
the snapper.
from Houston, Bubba Baxa, who I believe Bubba Baxa was at University of Miami before. I could be wrong on that.
Okay.
Colorado State punter Paddy Turner, Paddy, Paddy.
He's from Scotland.
Yeah, Paddy. Sir Paddington.
Paddy.
And then
Paddy O'Connigan.
and then long snapper Slade Roy from
Long
the
snapper
LSU
Slade
Tigers.
Roy. Oh man. I didn't think we'd talk about Slade that much, but here
Those
we are.
are some of I think that's some of the best names. UNLV has an offensive lineman named
Fantastic.
Tiger Shanks.
That's a great name.
And Charlotte has an offensive lineman named Panda Askew.
Can I ask you a question?
Panda Askew question.
Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness.
We need to move on.
Okay. Last thing. Pujols is 2 away. We've been talking about it for weeks. And apparently we just learned today that playoff homers don't count. So he would be at 717 if playoff homers counted towards your record. Like what? Okay. I feel gypped, first of all.
How many people on this planet do you think knew that playoff homers
I also
didn't
saw
count?
something that somebody compiled a list of all of the home runs, I guess, that he's hit maybe like since he started playing professional baseball. It's like 800 something.
Oh, like in the minors?
Like in the minors and like in maybe like overseas, like if he played when he, I don't know. It was like 837. I'm like, anyway, when he hits 700, it's going to be electric.
Boogie, woogie, woogie.
Judge, we just hit on it. He is still playing. Sitting at 60. He hit 60 last night. The kid that caught it is a baseball player, like a local. He's like 20 years old. But he caught it in left field and he traded for a picture. Him and his boys got a picture with Judge and a few signed balls and signed bats. I need your thoughts.
when I was
I
told
have a
earlier,
very strong opinion.
I think it was you and Caleb maybe in our group were talking about the fact that the guy gave the ball away for free, which I don't know. I feel like a signed ball. I feel like signed balls and signed bats are compensation enough. I mean, now if it's like Pujols 700, maybe we're talking. I need you to
Kashish,
slip me some
dough.
For a rainy day. But I don't know. I think good on the kid for giving it back for a couple baseballs and a couple signed bats. I mean, what do you think?
I think he got gypped highly. I think, I can see both sides of it. He's a huge baseball fan. He said he appreciates everything that Judge has done and what he means to the team, to the fan base, to the organization, all that kind of stuff. That's fantastic. Cash, sweet tickets, season tickets for a couple years. Like, you got to get a little more value out of catching that ball.
I did see
he tied Babe Ruth. Babe Ruth's record. Babe Ruth hit 60. He tied Babe Ruth.
Did you see?
And they got a signed ball.
Did you see the quote? Is this a real quote from Babe Ruth talking about?
I don't know. I think
it
is. I think it is.
When he hit his 60th home run, Babe Ruth said, 60. Count them, 60. Let's see some other SOB match that. When Aaron Judge hits his 60th home run, quote, to get a chance to play baseball at Yankee Stadium, packed house, first place team, that's what you dream about.
What a guy.
Caleb's right. That tweet reads like a tweet from a parody account.
It's the Onion. It's the Onion baseball.
It's a tweet from Jeff. Is it Passan? Passan from ESPN. Almost a million followers.
Yep.
There's no way that's not a direct legit quote from Babe Ruth.
It's legit.
Amazing. Somebody said that Babe Ruth hit home runs against plumbers and bus drivers.
He did. Judge is hitting him off the best guys in baseball.
Unbelievable. Pujols and Aaron Judge watch. You will find it here next week. I don't want to let this one slip because I feel like this needs to be talked about more than it is. Do you think Kyler Murray got slapped on purpose?
No.
Okay, I don't think he did either. Because I watched the video back and it looks like the guy in the polo. Looks like the guy in the polo is like trying to tap his shoulder pad and he just like moves over and like brushes straight down his face. And then he comes back.
Feel good. It certainly didn't feel good.
And then he comes,
but I don't think he did
like comes back ready to like fight the guy or whatever he was going to do, tell him off.
I mean, if you got hit in the face that hard, I think you would be a little upset. But I don't think he did it on purpose.
But it was like he was going after the wrong guy too. He was going after the guy on the front row.
Oh yeah. Well, I think he probably didn't know. I don't know. Yeah, I was I don't know. It's weird. I don't think it was on purpose. Don't think it was on purpose.
But I will say what an awesome play he made. I guess a couple of plays that he made at the end of that game.
The 2-point conversion was fantastic.
2-point conversion, but also that I guess was it two? Did he do two 2-point conversions? The one where he like ran around for like
that was a I think that was a touchdown. Okay. There was another 2-point conversion that he scrambled a little bit. Yeah,
and then I actually saw it matched up with a sideline cam on JJ Watt, like watching.
Oh
it.
Wow!
And they like the whole sideline just went nuts.
That's cool.
But he like unbelievable series of plays with Kyler using his feet there at the end of the game.
I had to bring that up because I didn't think he got hit. People are going back and forth on social media about it. I think it's pretty obvious that the guy who did it in the video didn't mean to. He was
I don't think he
clearly
did.
like trying to celebrate and wasn't like intentionally trying to be violent. But
Yeah.
we'll see what the police investigation provides. That's a wrap on this week's episode of After the Snap. As always, subscribe to us, YouTube, Spotify, Apple Podcasts. Go follow us on social media at After the Snap Pod. Find all updates and meme content there. We will see you next week. This has been After the Snap, tales from two brothers who live life upside down this week on the same field. Ferguson Bowl number 5 coming at you.